Have you ever been at a crossroads in your life? Sometimes it's easier to see them in the rearview mirror than when you're approaching them. Tonight I want to tell you about a crossroads that I came to after finishing school. I was brought up and bred and well buttered in Killarney, County Kerry. Lovely, happy childhood. If somewhat, over-minded. My father, we lived about a mile from the lakes. Don't go in past your knees, you'll drown, and so on. Now, we weren't spoilt either. My mother was well able to put me in my place. The night of my debs, myself and Kathleen, my friend, we thought we were gorgeous. At the time, I was 8 stone. I had a waist like a wasp. Big shoulder pads, and even bigger hair. We had a fantastic night, even if my date did come with roses that were quite obviously dragged out of a hedge and not a florist. I could tell because he was sucking the blood off his finger from a thorn. Anyway, the following day I heard my mother on the phone to Auntie Mary, and I could tell what the other conversation was on the other side. Mary was asking, how did the Debs go? Oh, they had a great night. They came in at 3 o'clock in the morning now, and I had sausage rolls and sandwiches and pot of tea out for them, and the fire stoked. And I could tell then that Mary asked, and how did she look? And my mother said, well, you know what it's like, Mary, you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. Anyway, they were a lovely family, lovely. And I had wonderful friends as well at school. We had such crack. When I think about it, I was only thinking today, in 5th and 6th year, there was 4 of us sat 2 behind 2 at the back of the classroom, in basically 2 square metres of space. Now, we did pay attention and we did do a bit of study, but my God, we laughed. We had such crack, trying to get each other's bra straps open with a ruler, passing notes, and just that sweaty, I can't laugh because the teacher is there, and then the explosion of squeals of laughter when the teacher was out. Just fantastic times. But the leaving cert came, the results were in, and our futures were revealed. And as the months went by after leaving school, we sort of drifted apart. There was no row. There was no fighting, but despite all the we'll be friends forever, we drifted, life bringing us to where we needed to be, apprenticeships, jobs, an early marriage. And I got my dream come true. I finally got a place to train as a nurse. And the day that I left for Cork City, I was very much aware that I knew nobody in Cork. I knew nobody starting nursing training with me. When I got there, I met the other 18 girls. They were all from Cork. And there was a sort of a tenuous connection between them all. Her dad was in the same tennis club as her dad, and their mammies went to school together, and they were vaguely related. It was like a big, sticky spider web of Corkness. And I felt alone. I felt different. I felt apart. It was a tough training. It was compulsory to live in the nurses' home, which was physically attached to the hospital and to the School of Nursing. And I kept my distance from the girls, not sure if I was part of them. And it was a bloody hard day's work, the sadness of life, of humanity. And I'm not ashamed to say I often came home and cried myself to sleep in my little room. We were all separate bedrooms along a long corridor and a shared bathroom and shared sitting room. I went out with the girls. I was inviting to go out for coffee. There was invitations to go to the discos. And I went, but I still felt I'm still apart, still not quite part of the gang. And then one October night, I was just so stressed. I was on night duty, and it just happened that the night I was on was the night the clocks were going back, and it made my 12-hour shift a 13-hour shift, making our 84-hour week an 85-hour week. I was stressed. I felt the responsibility on my shoulders of minding my patients so heavily. My staff nurse went down to help out in A&E. The office phone rang. I thought, Jesus, are we going to get another A&E casualty? Jesus, how are we going to manage this? I picked up the phone and announced to myself, Student Nurse McCarthy, St. Anthony's Ward. And then I heard it. Close your eyes, give me your hand, darling. Do you feel my heart beating? Hey, Smurf, we love you. We're down in Clonakilty and we're having the crack, but we miss you, girl. We miss you something wicked. Come here. Are you off next weekend? Because we're off. I said, yeah, I'm off next weekend. Mighty, we're going. The gang is back together. I listened to them breaking back into another Bananarama song. Their laughter trickled down through the phone. The three of them stuck into a public phone box in Clonakilty, ringing me, missing me, wanting me as part of their gang. I said, will you go away before you get me fired? I'll see you next weekend. And I put the phone down. And I pulled my cardigan around me and walked down to see my patients. And I met Jack, aged 80, shuffling up with his IV drip towards the loo. Well, there's a lovely smile for 4 o'clock in the morning, he said. I said, Jack, I've just found something very precious. Well, girl, if you find something precious, hold on to it. Hold on to it. What that call did for me, it lifted me. It enveloped me into the gang, my friends. I opened up to them, and we realised we were all finding our training really hard. But we started supporting each other more now that we knew how each other felt. We supported each other with the good times. I resourced somebody today, and he's doing great. Woo! Or a male patient today had an involuntary erection while I was trying to do a pubic shave. Ooh. Jason Mairead will say you'll have a black eye in the morning. And then there was the sad days, and they were more often than you would imagine. We remember one day, myself and Anna, we were working in the kiddies ward, and a beautiful little boy, 3 years of age, he was just coming back from theatre after a procedure. And now that his little boy was back safe in his bed, his dad went down the 4 flights of stairs for a badly needed cigarette and a coffee. And the little boy arrested. And we tried everything, over and over. But he slipped away. And when nothing could be done, myself and Anna fell into each other's arms and hugged each other. Grief struck with this loss. And there, down the long corridor, came his dad. Saw us, didn't even have to be told, just ran up. No, please, no. If I didn't have my girl gang to support me that evening, I would have been broken. So, what's the end of the story? Our friendship is 35 years old, older than a lot of people in this audience. We had the best crack ever during our training days. We'd head out clubbing. We'd go for the garlic burgers. And then those of us who were in the best condition would bring those in a worse condition home in a Dunster's trolley. We're all, well, I was going to say middle-aged, but I don't think I lived to 112. Two of the girls have had to be blue lighted to hospital with various faints and stuff. And one has had a brain scan, so I'm still standing. Yeah. That friendship is precious. And if any of you are lucky enough to have a friendship like that, hold on to it. Your friends will hold up a mirror to you and you will see what they like. You will see what they love and you'll start to like yourself. Thank you.